Hello and welcome to Watch Me Code Udemy Clone tutorial. I am Kamran Vizdani and we will make Udemy Clone. But before starting, I would like to request, if you have not liked my Facebook page, then please like it, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe and click the bell icon so that you can get updates as soon as I release it. So first of all, let's fire up the Node.js. And yesterday I was creating a live stream, and one of my followers commented me why I'm not using the VS Code and why I'm using Notepad++. The reason for using the Notepad++ is because the NPP FTP plugin blends nicely inside and works perfectly with the Workspace Explorer. But for VS Code, I have tried multiple or a couple of FTP extensions, but it did not go through well. But today I'm going to use the VS Code, of course, because we are using the Node.js and we will use React on Node, of course. Okay, great. So let's create our project by using the command create a React app, and let me give it a name of Udemy and hit enter. And while the node loads all the required scripts, let me go to Udemy, and let me give you an overview what we are going to build. The Udemy is, of course, as you know, an online learning platform where you can browse through multiple categories and you can select one or more course. Let me quickly click one of this course, like the complete React Native hook course. Ta-da! Click. And inside the code preview page, we have a nice title, information like ratings, how many students have enrolled, and the Viking of this project, that is Stephen Grieder, and when it is last updated, and blah blah blah. And below the header we have an outline of course content with a nice description, reviews and related course. And we have a nice preview. We have an add to cart where we can check out and pay for this course. And if I go back to our home page, we have a flash sale banner, and we have a couple of courses, and I was trying it, and it is suggesting me a couple of topics like React Native, Dreamweaver, mobile development, Photoshop, Redux framework, and all that. And of course we can click on this right arrow and it will work perfect. But for the UI design, we will use a nice and clean UI design from Dmitry Karberush. If I'm not pronouncing correctly, please, I request my pardon. And great, it is right on dribble, and if I click on it to give a nice large preview, here it is. And the reason I selected this UI is because it is nice and clean, and it is way more modern. So Yeah, our project is ready. Let me go to project and use the command cd udemy and yarn start. Perfect. Now my local host is up and running and my project is compiled successfully. Let me go to VS Code, file, open folder, and let me quickly go to ReactJS Udemy and click select folder. Okay, now we have to open the source and app.js. And here we are. Perfect. Now I guess we should right line VS Code along with our project, and let me quickly remove this header thing and all, and I would like to remove the logo as well. I guess we should just comment it for now. Great. As you can see, I have a clean blank page and I have to okay, let's get started. Let me go to app.css, and inside app.css let's remove all that, and why not create a new folder and call it css and move the app.css inside. And for app.css we should use css, or maybe import css and app.css. I need to create one more file and let's call it props.css. Perfect. Now I have to create one more folder and let me call it screens. And inside screen we have to create a new file and call it header.js, and inside app we have to create an app context system, but before that I would like okay, here you go. Let's add HTML head and title, and inside the title I have to create an component header, and let's return div class name and call it header. My bad. And of course we have to import React from React, and we have to export default header. Perfect. Now if I go back to our app, and let me quickly add import header from screens and header, and we should add a nice header tag right here. Now if I go inside our browser and right click and inspect, we have body, and inside root, inside app, we have a nice header. Now we need to create a couple of global classes inside props, and if I have not imported, let me quickly import it and call it props, and inside, let me quickly dog it to bottom, and for props let me create body and quickly reset it by adding margin 0 pixels, padding 0 pixels. And now we need to create global classes, and let's start with the fixed, and the fixed will be used for position fixed for now, and quickly give it to header. And I'm thinking if we can use the Udemy logo, right click, open image in new tab. It is a nice local SVG, and right click, oops, let me quickly hit Ctrl S and save inside ReactJS Udemy source, and let me create a new folder right here. Let's call it UI, and inside UI let's save it. Perfect. Now if I go to logo, quickly copy and paste right here, and instead of a logo, let's copy UI, and inside UI we have a logo, and that is logo dash corel.svg, and let's add according to our UI. We have a couple of more things. Let's quickly add a sidebar.js, and import React from React, and add a function component and call it sidebar. And inside sidebar, let me quickly return div class name sidebar, and it will be fixed as well, and export default sidebar. Perfect. Let me go back to app, and inside app let me quickly import a sidebar, and let's create a flex class inside our props. Let's call it flex, and it will be display flex. I'm creating all the global classes inside the props.css so that we should not repeat commonly used CSS properties, that is display, position, like position fixed, relative, or absolute. Okay, let me quickly go back to app and give it a flex, and now we need to add sidebar, and for sidebar I would like to add let me close this for now, and let's add a href, and that is for now hash, and class name will be a logo, and image source, and that is a logo, and for logo let me quickly copy and paste right here and close that, and let me quickly create one more class, that is BL, and the BL will be for display block. And now we have a nice logo right here. But for logo, where is app? Right here. Okay, let's add dot sidebar, and our sidebar will be a width of roughly 250 pixels, and will be top 0 pixel, left 0 pixels, bottom will be 0 pixels as well. And for demonstration purpose, let me quickly add a background color of a CCC. Save it, and we have our sidebar, and inside this sidebar I have logo, and logo has an image. And for image, I would like to inspect, and inside or right side, let's add a height of height should be 40. Yeah, I guess it is good. Height is 40 pixels. And for logo, let's add a background of #DDD because I am let's add a BL here as well. And now we have our anchored tag, that is display blocked, and let's add a background of DDD. Perfect. And now add a padding of roughly 25 pixels, and yeah, perfect. And I need to copy only padding because we will remove the background thing shortly, and go back to app and paste and reload. Now if I quickly remove the background color, it is perfect. Now we need to add the navigation right here, that is home, discover and all that, but we need to use categories, or maybe we should use browse, home and browse, and a couple of other things. And for that I have and let me quickly add Isomon app. I have a nice Lindua icon set. You can grab it from Isomon. Let it quickly load, and here is the Lindua icon set. It has all the required icons. Okay, let the expiry temporary link generated, and perfect. Quickly copy and paste inside app.js and header. Where is header? Well, quickly add, or I guess we should add it inside a footer class, or maybe header class. Okay, for now let me add a react.fragment, because we will save this font later, and why not just download it. So that we can reference it locally instead. Quickly show in folder, copy, and if I go to D and inside 20 and inside ReactJS Udemy source, and for now let me quickly paste it right here and extract it and after extracting we need fonts and we need styles. Copy and go inside Udemy source and let's add right here and style.css. Let's rename it to fonts UI font. Perfect. Now instead of just linking this one, let's quickly link right here. Import UI font, and now we need to add home, that is home. Let's go to our browser and we need to add home for now, and inside the sidebar let's quickly create ul class name nav, and let's add li, and inside li I will add hash, and inside anchor we will add div class name equals ico, and class will be icon home, and we have h2 and give it class name of label, and inside label we have home. Perfect. If we save and reload, we have a nice icon and we have a font. Now I need to add the Google fonts, or we should do it later. Now let's go to anchor and name it class name, and the class name should be link bl no ul, and the bl and no ul is from props, and the no ul will be actually no underline, that is text decoration none. And if we go back to props and we need to quickly reset ul, and that is margin 0 pixels, padding 0 pixels, and a list size should be none. Let's save it, and after that we need to add sidebar.nav, and inside sidebar we have li, and inside li we have e, and we have icon, and we have label. Perfect. Let's save it. And for anchor we need to add flex as well, so that we can get it side by side. Inspect, and if I add flex direction row, it is not working. Yeah, we need to add or remove BL. Perfect. Now we need to add line item center, and that is good for now. Let's copy and paste inside our anchor tag, and for anchor tag we need to add a couple of more things, that is .c33, and we will use a prefix of c for our colors, and that is color hash 333. We need to put right here, and for an s is for font size. Let's say we call 15, and that is font size 15 pixels. And after that we need to add C33, and we need to add for example you should use S15. Yeah, here we go. Now we need to right click and for icon we need to add font size, should be something like 24. Let's quickly add it. We will add font sizes as we need it, and for sidebar we will add a 24 I guess, and for icon it should be S24 as well. Yeah, perfect. Or maybe we should use 20 instead. Let's add 20 quickly. Yeah, that is good. Now go back to sidebar, and we need to add padding 15 pixels. Good. Let's copy and paste inside the sidebar nav. And for icon, inspect ICO margin right 10 pixels. Let's quickly copy and paste inside ICO and save it. Perfect. Now I need to add a couple of more navigations, and I guess we should add reset to something like props, and let's add h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6 and let's add a font weight to normal, and let's save it. And perfect, we have okay. Now we need to add a couple of more navigations. I'm thinking if we can create a list instead. So quickly create a constant, and let's add use state, and we should add a nav set nav equal to use state, and we have an array right inside a use state, and we have icon, and the icon should be icon dash home, and the label will be home, and slug will be slash, and slug will be going to our permanent link. Now let's quickly duplicate it and call it, what should we call it? We need categories, and perfect, let's call it discover or browse. Let's call it discover, and we need to add discover, and we need for now let's keep the home icon, we will replace it later, and we need to add categories. We need to add my courses, it will be for the logged in user, and select will be my courses, and cats will be for categories, and great. Now we need to add a variable, and let's call it navigation, and we will add for let I equal 0, I is less than nav.length and plus I plus plus, and we will add navigation.push, and we will push this li, and we will use navigation right here. And we will use nav I dot slug for now, and the icon will be nav i.icon, and a label will be nav i.label. Now if we hit save, and we have a nice navigation, but for icons we need to add, let's say for discover we will add something like tags, or no, we will use this tag icon for categories, but for discover let's add a list, and list should be let's add a ul be good, I guess. For discover let's add icon ul, and for cats icon tag, and for courses we will add a briefcase, I guess. Well, we can change icon later. Save, and here we go. We have a nice icon set, and for now let's add one more constant, const current page, and set current page. It will be use state slash, and we will add a nice key so that we can add or remove this error, that is each child in a list should have a unique key prop. Let's add nav dash plus I plus dash plus nav I dash slug, and right after that we will add, if we are on this current page, we will add current page equals nav I dot slug, then we will add on, otherwise we will add an empty string, and inside our app.css we will add a dot on, and right inspect, and we have an on class right here. Let's add background 2727, and color should be white, and line height should be 1. We should move this line height to 8 instead, and we need to add padding right here. Let's add a display it like table, or maybe we should add padding 10 pixels 20 pixels, and for vertical padding we will use a negative, and for border radius we will do something like, or maybe we should use a border instead. Border left will be 2 pixels solid, and border radius should be removed, and color should be removed as well. And for color we will use the color scheme of Udemy, and after that we will use color to Udemy as well. Perfect. Now if we copy and paste inside on, and if we copy and paste inside anchor, things are good to go. Let's save it. Now we need to add li, and for li we need to add padding to 0 pixels and margin to 0 pixels, and that is good. Yeah, perfect. Now we need to add a little margin, or maybe padding is good. Yeah, keep it this way. Now if I move it down, it is perfect. Now let's copy the nav padding and replace it and save it. Perfect. Now if I close the developer console, I have a nice clean UI right here. And now we need to add updated course by a random author or instructor. Let's quickly go under UL and add div class name updated course, and let's add a div class name and give it a class. Let's add light, and we have a bulb. We should add lamp bright, and let's add icon dash lamp bright, and it is an icon, and we will add one more div, and let's call it h name equals, that is label, and label is updated course. And under the label, let me quickly add an h class name author, and it will have S13C77 with by let me add my own name, Kamran. And for label I have S15 and font B, and we will add these classes in a minute. And let's add C33. Now if I go back and add updated course, and we have an icon, that is ICO, and we have dot label, and inside the label we have author. Now let's quickly add the missing classes, and the first class is font B, and for font B we will use font weight bold, and second one is C377. Let's quickly add it. And when we have 13 is 13. Perfect. Now I need to add flex to updated course, and for updated course let's add align items center. I guess we should create a class that is AIC for align item centers. Let's quickly add it, AIC, and we should add align items center. So we should not keep repeating it, and we will add AIC. Good. And now we need to add the font size. Let's add font size 24 pixels. Oops, font size 24 pixels, and we will add a background of blue, and after blue we will of course change it to our nice color theme and our theme color, and give it a color of white, and padding should be 18 pixels, and give it a border radius of 10 pixels, or I guess 22 is good. Now we need to copy and paste inside app.css. Now we need to remove color white and move it to .cff color -fff and give it to icon cff s24. Save, and oops, I forgot to remove it. Props s24. If I quickly inspect what is going on and give it a background of blue and change it to Udemy color, and let's add padding one more time, and border radius should be 22 pixels, and padding, I guess I have not saved it. Oh, sorry. Let's save it. Perfect. Now we need to add one more thing, that is margin right, that is 10 pixels, and I guess we should add the padding should be 15. Let me quickly copy and replace right here. Now we need to add label and h2, and the h2 has let me quickly add margin 0 pixels, padding 0 pixels. Let's save it, and now we have our h1 padding preset. Quickly copy and give it the anchor a padding of something like 10 or maybe 12. I guess margin bottom should be 6 pixels. Yeah, let me quickly copy and paste to LIA, and as we have align center class, now let me quickly add it to AIC. Great. Now we need to move back to our updated course thing and click, and we have padding 0 pixels and 20 pixels. We should be using, yeah, here we go, 35 is good. Let's copy and paste inside the updated course, and let's add a margin of 20 pixels and 0 pixels. Perfect. Now we have, I guess we need to extend the width of our sidebar to 275. 275 right here. Perfect. Now if we go back to our UI, we have a badge and we have kind of a battery that is showing how much either your profile is complete or your status is complete, or how much charge you have left, or potential, or energy, whatever you call it. And let's go back to icon and add a badge, or maybe we should call it I guess we should quickly search for an we should be using, well, I guess we should search for security, and we will use shield for now. We will change it later. And let's add inside our sidebar.js div class name and call it stats. It will be flex as well, and inside we have div class name points, and it has flex as well. And inside points we have div class name ICO, and icon should be shield, and right below we need to let me quickly copy from here and paste. And for label we will use C7 as well and add points. And for value we will use 15333 and font B, and let's add 1800 for now. Good. Now we need to copy and duplicate it and call it, I'll call it points, or we should call it stats box, and paste it. Now we need to add a battery icon. Let me quickly search for battery, and we have a nice battery. Great. Let me use battery 75 for now, or maybe battery 90, and we have 45.3%, and we need to add a complete label. Now let's quickly create its CSS. Stats .sidebar.stats, and inside stats we have stats box, and inside stat box we have ICO, we have wall, and we have label. Let's save it. And for stats I need to use flex direction. I need to use stats box flex direction to column, and text align item center, and justify content to center, and padding should be 20 pixels should be good. And let's copy and paste inside stats box. Perfect. Now we need to move to ICO and give it a font size of 24 pixels as usual, and I guess we should use 20. Yeah, 20 is good, or I guess we should use 24 because the 24 size is recommended by the Lindora icon set. S24, not just 24. Save. And now we need to add a little margin bottom to 20 pixels, or maybe 15 is good. Let's copy, apps, and paste inside the ICO. And now we need to add stats align item center, justify content center, and we need to add margin of something like 50 and 0 pixels. Yeah, that is good. Now let's quickly copy, and as we have align item center already, so we need to add the AIC class and add a margin to stats, and let's quickly create JIC for justify content, and let's quickly add AIC and JIC. Perfect. And we need to add AIC right here, and JIC of course, and duplicate right here. Perfect. Now we have a nice battery icons, but as you can see, this UI has the icons aligned left, but we are good to go. Let's add ICO let's call it battery, and call this one ICO points, because we need to change the colors. And let's add ICO points and ICO battery. Let's save it. And if I quickly right click and change its color to red, or I guess we should, yeah, that is green. Let's quickly add a nice green. And I guess we should use a little darker tone, yeah. And for battery we will use color pink, and we will use our own pink, yeah. Let's copy and paste inside battery, and copy this color and paste inside the points. Save, and now we have a nice, I guess we should remove the justify content thing. If I quickly go here and remove the JSC, and instead we should use padding to 30 is good. To stats, where, yeah, save and remove the JIC class and save. Now we need to change the stats box and give it a padding at vertical to if we can remove justify content and give it a padding, or I guess we should remove it and give it a width of something like 75 pixels. And if we can remove align items, yeah, we need to remove flex direction, this one, and this one. Now let's copy and paste inside the stats box, and let's remove AIC and JIC from here as well. Let's save it, and now we have a nice left aligned, and we need to add stats and let's copy and paste it to something like 40 pixels. Great, now we need to move on, and I guess we should add a 50. Yeah, 50 is good, and the width should be 110 pixels. Perfect. Now we need to add one more thing, that is our current user. Let's quickly add the updated course. Let me quickly copy and paste it and call it me, and with a flex, and the icon should have let's go to place image, and inside the place image let's create a place image of for example 100 and 100 and people, and copy the link and quickly add photo with an image image source, and let's add class name and block. Great. Now we need to add the username, and that is for now Cameron with Danny, and save it. Now let me go back to sidebar.me, and sidebar has a photo, and that photo has an image, and we have label. For image we will use width 100% and height 100%. Save it. And for photo we will use 50 pixels and height should be 50 pixels, and border radius should be 25 pixels, and overflow should be hidden. And let's copy margin right 10 pixels, and background should be EE, so that if the image is not loaded it should show a nice background. And we need to add width and height, or border radius should be, oops, I need to add 50%. And for flex, let's add AIC for align item center. And for me, we should add a padding of 20 and 30 pixels, or maybe 40. Copy and go to apps and paste. Great. Now we need to add one more link, or maybe we are done. If we go and quickly check, we have our username. Let me quickly copy right here, and let's use uname and call it add Cameron with Danny. Perfect. And if we go and check, and we have a nice username right here. So that's it for now. In this part 1 we have created our sidebar, and if I quickly remove and move it to full screen, we have our sidebar. And yeah, great. And in next video we will create our content screen, that is right here, this one. And before leaving, I would like to request, if you have not subscribed to Watch Me Code YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you have not liked the Watch Me Code Facebook page, please like it. And I will be going live tomorrow, same time. Take care and bye.